Are you looking for real stories, real experiences, and thought-provoking discussions on beauty, business, and leadership? Look no further. With Oriflame Talks, you hear it straight from our fantastic colleagues, knowledgeable experts, and dynamic members of our beauty community. Oriflame Talks sessions are hosted in Zoom, with translations provided.
It means that you find the key of his needs. It means that you put the last puzzle and you get the full picture.
The sharing app, it just changes everything.
I have heard from the experts that video is king. Video is the most important piece of content that people should put out there.
Do it now. Don't let your buzz now go, because now is the time to be growing a business within Oriflame.
It's the Novage Plus Intense Skin Recharge Overnight Mask. So if your skin is tired and fatigued and needs like a recharge like I did from last day, this product is actually designed to be used overnight.
Some people may want to lose weight, some just want to maintain their weight, some just want a convenient, fast, simple replacement for a lunch or for a dinner, etc.
Watch all previous sessions in YouTube or even listen in Spotify. We've made it easier for you too. Check the Oriflame Talks calendar in our website for information on upcoming exciting sessions. See you at the next Oriflame Talks.
Hi everybody. You're really welcome today to our Oriflame Talks on living beautifully for longer. I mean, who doesn't want that? And who wants to live a happier, healthier life for longer? I think that's the ultimate goal for everybody. And did you know that there are at least 6 years higher quality life within reach for everybody by incorporating some simple lifestyle habits, having positive social connections, and of course, having the right product solutions. So today we're speaking about the topic of longevity and really moving towards a more health span focused beauty. Really, this is about addressing the root causes of aging at a cellular level. My name is Emily Whelan, and I'm the Director of Technology Insights and Innovation within Oriflame R&D. And longevity is the hottest topic in the beauty industry at the moment. So I am delighted to be able to speak to you about this topic with two of my esteemed colleagues from both the skin research and the nutrition research perspectives. So Nina and Caroline, would you like to introduce yourselves?
Yes, hi everyone. My name is Nina Hrapovic. I work as a senior research scientist for a scientific research and technology team in Stockholm. And I'm very excited to be here today to talk to all of you.
Hi everyone, I'm Caroline Cummins. I'm the Senior Global Nutrition Manager and I'm based in the Research and Development Centre in Ireland. And I'm super excited to be here today to talk to you all about longevity.
Thank you. And I think also we just want to say to everybody listening that if you have any questions or, you can just add them to the chat and we will address those at the end of the session. I think a really important factor here is that the world's population is aging and aging rapidly. By 2030, 1 in 6 people will be over the age of 60. And so, this longer lifespan, unless it's sort of met with also an increased health span, could lead to challenges. And I think this is why people are taking such a proactive approach really to longevity. It's certainly influencing me in my life and how I, exercise, what I eat. And, I have some key goals around longevity and beauty and well-being. I also think what's really interesting here is that we don't just have to accept, the age that we are. We call this the chronological age. So that's the number of years you've been on this earth, or the number of candles on your birthday cake each year. There's sort of a new mindset now and a new focus in terms of age, and that's really around, your biological age, which is actually, the age of your cells. When we think about this from a beauty perspective, the age of your skin cells and overall health. And that's something that we can really address and target. And that's what's really sort of driving also the focus within longevity at the moment. So it's not just about looking beautiful for longer. That's one of the aspects, and that's a key aspect of longevity. But it's also about, having more energy and more vitality across our life stages. And really, it's about adding years to your life and life to your years. So I think a huge opportunity for people, and also people can really be empowered to make some positive change there. And before we delve into the focus on longevity within beauty, as we said earlier, this is really about addressing the root cause. And a key factor here, of course, is diet and nutrition. So Caroline, can you explain to us, a bit more about the link with diet and longevity, and then ultimately beauty?
Yeah, so longevity, it's such an exciting topic. Like, who doesn't want to live longer and in their best health, to keep doing the things they love well into their old age? And what's so empowering is that what we eat and how we live our lives can really impact our longevity. So even small changes in our diet today can have a real lasting impact in the long run. So when it comes to food, it's simple. What we eat can either help us stay healthy or can actually speed up the aging process. For example, diets high in ultra-processed foods, sugar, unhealthy fats can lead to chronic inflammation. And this can increase the risk of disease like heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. On the other hand, eating whole foods like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, healthy fats, and lean proteins can have the opposite effect. It can really promote better health. And of course, when it comes to beauty, our diet plays a huge role. What we eat provides the building blocks for healthy skin, hair, and nails. And in fact, some of the first signs of poor nutrition can really show up in these areas. So whether it's dry, inflamed, or cracked skin, paleness, wrinkles, or even hair loss. By nourishing our bodies from the inside out, we can really promote not just longevity, but a radiant, healthy appearance also.
I think that's so interesting, Caroline. I think you really articulated, that link between beauty and health, and how intertwined, they are. Healthy bodies, radiant skin, confidence. I mean, that really is real beauty. But we know that longevity is also really transforming the beauty industry, and in particular skincare. So Nina, can you tell us a little bit about, how longevity is really influencing skincare?
Yeah, so when it comes to skin and aging, many of us want to maybe look younger, but we also want to feel younger. And that also comes to the skin. So in longevity and longevity skincare, it's really focused on maintaining the overall skin health, but also for your skin to be resilient over time. So by addressing the root cause of aging and having products that support the skin's natural functions is very important. This will protect you against environmental factors, environmental factors. So like sun and pollution and stuff like that. So having a stronger skin from within, it's very important. And that's where the longevity part plays a big role in the skincare industry right now.
How linked is anti-aging and longevity? What's the difference, or what's the connection? And is longevity the new anti-aging from a skincare perspective?
There are a lot of similarities between longevity and anti-aging. So in terms of benefits, in terms of ingredients, and sometimes they're even used like interchangeably, the wordings, but there's a huge difference because traditional skin anti-aging is more aimed to minimize the visible signs, so what you see in the mirror. So fine lines, wrinkles, or sagging skin, even age spots, while longevity skincare is more focused on finding the root cause of this in order to maintain your skin as healthy as possible, also to prevent it to going into the aging processes. Because when we age and when we are out there in the sun having environmental factors affecting us, many of the natural functions in the skin will decline, and that's why we will age.
So what are some of these sort of natural functions in the skin, and how can we address those?
Yeah, so when we talk about longevity science, the wording senescence is used a lot. So senescence is when the cells go into something called growth arrest. So the cells will stop growing, they will stop dividing, but while they're doing this, they will secreting inflammatory factors. And these inflammatory factors will affect the healthy cells in their skin. And this can then lead to the breakdown of these healthy cells, but also of important proteins like collagen, for example. And many of us know collagen is really needed to keep you have a healthy skin looking like, and also less wrinkles. So they are really affecting the healthy cells as well.
When you say that, what I think of is sort of the bowl of fruit, and if you have let's say a rotten apple or a browning apple, and some healthy apples there, eventually if you leave that spoiled browned apple in the fruit bowl, it will eventually turn those other apples bad. Whereas if you remove that bad apple, those other apples can stay looking and being healthy and nutritious for longer. And that's sort of the principle here, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So we are trying to prevent, first of all, the apples to turn bad, but if they have done it, we don't want the bad ones to affect the good ones. And with this, as senescent cells, comes also the autophagy. So autophagy is really the cleaning mechanisms in the skin, so the recycle and repair mechanism. So when we age, we have a lot of damaged proteins in our skin, and this system really helps to clean this out and also recycle the parts for other proteins. Because when we have a lot of buildups of these, the skin aging attributes are really visible on the skin. So longevity science really focuses on these mechanisms to help improve the skin.
Yeah, I mean, you're making that really clear in terms of it's really what's happening, at that cellular level, within our skin, and addressing that is really key. So, it is really about extending the lifespan and the health span of those skin cells, and that ultimately results in younger looking skin, healthier looking, and ultimately more beautiful. So I think that's really, really interesting. So then, what can people do as part of a longevity skincare routine? What should they be using?
Yeah, so we want to use products that will support your skin's natural functions, but also to prevent it from going into damages. So number one would be like protection. It's very important. So use products that have SPF and filters that will protect your skin against UV and pollutions. And for example, in our Innovate series, we do have options with SPF, and that will really help. But we also have technologies in there in our creams that will help your skin's natural functions. So for example, other than using SPF, is to use products that will boost. So antioxidants will really help against stress in the skin. We have hydrating boosting technologies that is also very good for hydration and collagen supporting. And us here, like scientists, we have worked a long time to find technology and active ingredients to really support the skin, but also from the skin of aging. And we have a lot of this technology across our Novage Plus series, for example. So that's very nice.
Novage Plus is sort of a key part of my longevity approach to beauty. So, I think it's you've made it clear there. Protection is really key, but then also we do have the technologies in Novage Plus that can also have this I guess lifespan and health span impact on our skin cells. So, I mean, that's clear then what we have to apply to our skin. And Caroline, what about what we need to, is there a longevity diet? What should we be eating to boost longevity?
Yes, absolutely. There are longevity diets. There are several diets well known here, such as the renowned Mediterranean and Nordic diets. And then, of course, you may have heard of the Blue Zone diet. So these diets share several core elements. They're all typically rich in plant-based foods, lean proteins, such as seafood, and healthy fats. And these all support various aspects of health. And just as Nina was saying, they work at the cellular level, these different nutrients, so preventing senescence and inflammation, so overall benefiting muscle health, brain function, heart health, and even skin vitality.
I think that's, really interesting. And that's also sort of the approach for us from a research and development perspective, is really looking at the body as a whole, that skin body mind connection. And you mentioned there around protein, and for me, I think protein is something I'm really working hard to introduce as much and maximize in my diet. So what in particular is so important about protein in terms of longevity?
Well, the secret to living stronger and longer really comes down to keeping our muscles healthy. So starting from age of 30, we start to lose muscle mass. And by age 30, we can lose up to a third. This muscle loss can lead to less strength, slower metabolism, lower energy, making us more prone to falls and other health issues later in life. And studies show that people over 60 with the most muscle have a 50% lower death rate than those with the least. So building and maintaining strong muscles from a young age is crucial for longevity. I'm going to speak a little bit more about physical activity later, but in relation to diet, older adults actually need about twice as much protein as younger adults to help build and repair muscles, bones and skin, including collagen and elastin production in the skin.
So, I mean, even if your goals are around beauty, protein is really, really important. So, what tips can you give us then to incorporate more protein into our diet?
I think one key tip for absolutely everyone, no matter what your age, is to evenly distribute your protein intake throughout the day. So traditionally, we kind of tend to have really protein-rich dinners and lunches, but breakfast can often be a bit ignored, can be more carbohydrate heavy. So focusing on increasing our protein intake at breakfast by incorporating foods like Greek yogurt, eggs, nuts, cottage cheese, and even smoked salmon can be really beneficial. And of course, don't forget about the plant-based proteins. When you combine plant-based proteins, tofu, chickpeas, lentils, nuts, and seeds, they provide just as much high-quality protein as animal sources, plus they offer extra health benefits here.
And that's actually something I'm personally really trying to do, is to incorporate those plant-based foods into my diet, for both longevity, but for health and beauty goals as well. So, really, why do you say that we should be incorporating more plant-based foods in our diet?
That's a great initiative, Emily. Delighted to hear you're doing that. I am so myself as well. Really trying to.
Inspired by you, Caroline, because I've listened to you and I'm taking that on board.
And that's like everyone, cut out processed red meat. Just cut it out of your diet. Reduce more fresh, lean red meat. We all can do that. And then add more of those plant-based foods into your diet each day. And so when we think of plant-based foods, yes, it's your fruit, vegetables, grains, legumes like chickpeas and lentils, nut seeds, but also herbs and spices. They're plant-based foods and they are packed full of longevity boosting nutrients. And a super nutrient here is fiber. And we don't get enough of fiber. Most people only get about half the amount of fiber, of recommended fiber per day. And fiber is so beneficial for us. It helps digestion, but it also helps to reduce the risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and colon cancer. And then it also feeds the gut microbiome. And maybe you've heard of it or maybe you haven't, but the gut microbiome is very much on trend at the moment because of all the amazing emerging research about it. It's the complex ecosystem of microbes that reside within our gut. And these are so important for our health and longevity. And in fact, a recent study conducted in centenarians, so people over the age of 100 in China, shows that people at this age have a more diverse gut microbiome with a better balance of good bacteria. And these gut bacteria play a huge role in producing beneficial compounds, such as vitamins, short-chain fatty acids, hormones, and neurotransmitters that support metabolism, immunity, long-term brain health, and even skin health.
Again, it's really having an impact on the whole body, that skin, body, mind. And I think, what's key, what you're saying, it is about diversity in our diets. Are there, is there anything else about plant-based foods that, have longevity boosting effects?
Yeah, absolutely. They also are very rich in phytonutrients. These are natural compounds that protect against oxidative stress and inflammation. So really important for reducing senescent cells and that really contribute to aging. So you might be familiar with beta carotene in carrots, lycopene in tomatoes, polyphenols in purple grapes, and of course, astaxanthin in microalgae. These are all phytonutrients with amazing health benefits. A really interesting area of research at the moment is how purple polyphenols may help to reduce inflammation in the brain associated with aging and improve memory. And then, of course, when it comes to our skin, phytonutrients and other dietary antioxidants like vitamins A, C, E, and minerals like copper, selenium, and zinc can help protect against oxidative stress, which is a key cause of wrinkles and skin aging. And I know Nina spoke about, UV protection. Like these antioxidants can really be helpful in helping to protect against sun-induced damage also. And of course, they're not going to be any substitute for sun cream, but they can be great additions to our diet there. And so by eating a variety of colorful plant-based foods, you're really helping to fight oxidative stress and promote longevity.
And as Caroline said, oxidative stress is really the thing that ages your skin. So by not only eating, you can also apply these antioxidants as vitamins. And we at Oriflame have these extra not supplements that we also have, but to add on your skin. So extra products like boosting for antioxidants. That's very important to protect against oxidative distress.
Really good. So, we need to be applying it to our skin, but also consuming it with the foods that we eat. Caroline, you also mentioned healthy fats, and we know about omega-3 and its heart health benefits. Is there also then a link with longevity as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So recent research also shows that higher omega-3 intakes are associated with slower biological aging. So of course, we know omega-3 fatty acids, which would be found in oily fish like salmon, herring, and mackerel, they reduce inflammation throughout the body, so helping to protect the heart and blood vessels from disease. And then DHA, in a type of omega-3, is especially important for brain health. It makes up about 20% of the fat within our brain and plays a huge role in brain function, as well as vision and eye function. So really, really important in promoting longevity through these mechanisms. And omega-3s are also great for the skin. They help to improve hydration, elasticity, and skin repair by strengthening the skin's barrier.
That's good, because they are another key part of my longevity sort of diet and supplement intake. So, Caroline, within Oriflame and within our portfolio at the moment, do we have products then that can support people on their longevity journey? Do we have those products?
Yeah, we have a huge range of products that target key health needs like muscle health, gut health, heart health, bone health, and brain function. For example, our wellness pack includes 3 core supplements, so omega-3 to support heart, brain, and eyes, and then the phytonutrient astaxanthin, that is a powerful antioxidant. And then, of course, it has the multivitamin and mineral, and this has 22 essential vitamins and minerals to support a whole array of health benefits, from energy, metabolism, immunity, cognition, our nervous system, and hair, skin, nails also. Marine calcium and vitamin D is really important to support bone health, especially for menopausal women. Vitamin D aids calcium absorption, but deficiency can actually be really common, so including a supplement is really good here. And then our probiotic and prebiotic fiber supplements are real heroes for promoting the diverse gut microbiome. So probiotics are the good bacteria that I spoke of earlier, and the prebiotics are essentially the food for the probiotics, and it helps them to thrive and produce all those great health benefits that I spoke about earlier. And we also have many protein supplements in the form of the Natural Balance Shake and the meal replacement. And so these are really high quality protein beverages. And the Natural Balance Shake can be a nice addition to your breakfast to help bump up protein levels a little bit there. And then the meal replacement on its own provides about 20 grams of protein, which is a really nice level to help promote long-term muscle health.
I think that, it's great to hear and for people to know that already, Oriflame does have those products in our portfolio, both from the Philosophy and the Novage Plus range. And I think it means that, we can all from today really start on our longevity journeys, and I really want to hear from people around that, so please feel free to add any questions in the chat. I think as well it's important to highlight that, the science around longevity is evolving rapidly. This is a big focus. There's sort of a growing industry around longevity, but really from a research and innovation perspective, we're seeing a lot of, breakthroughs in cellular biology and also a better understanding of the aging process and the hallmarks of aging. And of course, this is then resulting in new solutions around slowing down aging, and also with an ambition to really reverse the impacts of aging. Oriflame has always really been at the forefront of skin research, and I know that we have some really exciting research projects and partnerships ongoing at the moment. Nina, is there something that you can share with us about some of those initiatives?
Yeah, we have always aimed to deliver great technologies that are beneficial for our skin and that help the skin's natural functions. But to do so, we need to know the mechanisms behind it and the aging. And we're always working to understand the skin better and the longevity. And in order to strengthen our expertise, we do have collaborations, for example, and we have a great collaboration right now with amazing scientists from the Laboratory of Cellular Senescence and Skin Biology. And they can be found actually in the University of Innsbruck, which is in Austria. And this collaboration with them is really and will facilitate the open exchange of knowledge, techniques, but also insights in this industry. And this will really help us to come up with new technologies that will be very good for our skin.
I think that's really, you know, inspirational. And I think it also highlights Oriflame's commitment to really bringing state-of-the-art skincare technologies to our customers. So I'm really excited about this. And I think, you know, I know that it will lead to some new breakthroughs in skin research and, you know, the skin aging.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, we've spoken about skincare, now we've spoken about nutrition. You know, what are the other factors that, you know, contribute towards longevity, and what can people do now to, you know, as part of their longevity lifestyle?
Yeah, absolutely. Lifestyle makes such an impact on longevity. And as I mentioned earlier, if there's one key takeaway, keeping your muscles strong is one of the secrets to living a longer, healthier life. So regular physical activity can help to reduce the number of senescent cells, and it slows the natural decline of muscle mass and bone density as we age. So this reduces your risk of hip fractures, strengthens muscles, and improves joint health. Essentially, it allows you to stay active and continue enjoying the activities that you love right through to old age. And physical activity also has great benefits for your skin. Studies show that regular physical activity increases blood flow, which can help your skin look younger by encouraging cell regeneration and slowing down the signs of aging.
Is there any exercises that you would recommend for longevity?
Well, according to the World Health Organization, we should be aiming for a minimum of 30 to 60 minutes, preferably more if you can, of moderate intensity aerobic physical activity a day. So that's like walking, cycling, swimming, jogging. But we should also aim for two muscle strengthening activities a week. And that's like lifting weights, press ups, squats, or lunges. And now, look, if that's a lot more than you're currently doing, like, don't be disheartened. We all we all struggle to get out there and exercise due to busy lifestyles and different demands. So really, it's all about doing what you can. Any increase you make to your physical activity levels today will greatly influence your health. So I also think a good tip is to like find an activity that you really enjoy. So whether it's, you know, a gym workout, Zumba, dancing, yoga, or even, you know, going for a power walk with friends, you know, rather than meeting them in the coffee shop, go for a power walk. Just getting out regularly, you know, and if you really enjoy it, you'll just naturally do it versus this hard chore that you don't enjoy.
Yeah, I've been looking for exercise, and I actually found, now you mentioned yoga, and I'm really enjoying it. And I actually even convinced two of my friends to go. So it's very nice that we could do it together. So that's been, and it's also fun to do yoga. So
Absolutely. And actually on that, I think also it's worth highlighting that, you know, social connection, you know, and having positive, healthy relationships, a healthy social life, also significantly contributes towards both happiness but also longevity. And you know, studies have shown that people who have healthy social lives, positive relationships, you know, live longer than those who don't. And I think it doesn't even have to be, you know, some studies show that even if it's once a month or, you know, once a week, you know, once a day if possible, but you know, to have that social connection is really, really important. And it has an impact on your health. You know, it can, you know, reduce cortisol levels, reduce inflammation, keep our brain, you know, cognitive function, you know, reduce blood pressure. So there's a very direct link with health by, you know, having these social connections. And I think that it's something that, you know, actually is also very linked to Oriflame and the Oriflame community. And I certainly get that sense when I'm part of the Oriflame community. And I think already connecting to Oriflame, and you know, it's a social brand as well, is already, you know, the first step on your longevity lifestyle.
Yeah, definitely. But I think also before we really need to mention sleep. And we have a whole actually segment that other Oriflame talk around sleep, so people can really go back to listen to it and the importance of sleep. But also in terms of longevity, sleep is very important because during sleep is the time when your body repairs itself. It heals itself. It heals sore muscles, tissues, but in terms of skin, it also heals the skin. So maybe have noticed that if you have a bad night's sleep, you can get under eye circles, dark circles, and even drier skin actually. And just as the body has its own rhythm, so does the skin. And a lot of the natural repair mechanisms also in the skin happen during night. So sleep is very important for the skin, but also for the rest of your body. And interestingly, actually, our collagen production is higher at night than during the day. So if we sleep well, we might get a little boost. So that's very nice.
What I actually think is really interesting then about, sleep and exercise and the social connection is that, uh, they are attainable for people. They don't have to come at a high cost. Of course, it's about how much you can fit in your busy lifestyle. But I think it's something to know that I guess all of these factors play a part, and you can be empowered to make that impact on your biological age, as we spoke about earlier. And then also, as we spoke about, we already and have then the product solutions also to support and extend people's beauty, well-being, and quality of life for longer.
Yeah.
So I think that's really interesting. I think it would be good to see if we have some questions from people. So I'm just going to check that. Okay, one of the questions that's come in is the role that genetics plays in longevity. So Caroline and Nina, what's your feedback on that?
I think it's approximately said that genetics play around 20% of your aging processes, and the rest is actually environmental factors. And they have been studied, actually done on identical twins, so identical genes, to see how big of an impact does the genetics have and how big has the environment have. And 80% is said to be environmental factors. And that hopefully encourages a lot of people that there are things they can do themselves. And some of the tips that Caroline and we have been talking about here today.
Yeah, I think definitely, I think to take it as empowerment, to think of like all the different chronic diseases that are out there. So many of them are related to, lifestyle and nutrition, but that like also means that we can make the changes today that can really impact, our health and our quality of life later on in life.
Yeah.
There's another question also. The question is, for how long can I take MRP?
Yeah, so the meal replacement. It really depends on your goals. Essentially, the meal replacement is, a product that can deliver great weight loss results. And if you are looking to lose weight, we kind of have guidelines that you would replace 2 of your 3 main meals per day with the meal replacement, and maybe follow it. We have a whole like wellness academy to go alongside, and wellness clubs as well. So great support linking physical activity, social, really helping behavior change as well. So I really recommend you, if you are interested in looking to lose weight, to go and look at that program. For weight maintenance, we recommend 1 meal replacement per day to replace 1 of your 3 main meals per day. And so in terms of like longevity, the meal replacement can be used indefinitely if you want to just add more protein to your diet. Bearing in mind, it is kind of usually used to replace a meal, but of course it's lower calories than a meal, and that's how you kind of lose weight. So if you are, if you're not looking to lose weight, just be cognizant that it's lower calories than a main meal. So you might add in, some extra food as well. But it is a really good, protein source. I was saying it has got about 20 grams of protein. So it's a really nice level, an excellent breakfast choice on the go as well. So yeah, it really depends on your goal, but there's, you can use it for as long as you like.
Thank you, Caroline. So we're coming to the end of our chat today on, longevity and living beautifully for longer. I think it's clear that, Oriflame are really committed around this area of longevity and well-being, and it's really driving and influencing our research and innovation. And, we go beyond, just skincare to incorporate nutrition, the cognitive health, emotional well-being, to really enable people to live a healthier, happier, more beautiful life. So thank you very much. We also want you to, respond on the questionnaire, and, any other feedback or questions we really want to hear. So thank you from myself, Caroline and Nina, and good luck with your longevity journey.
Great, thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.